Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. I am Jerry Wald, your host and stroke survivor. For those of you that are new here, I started doing the show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for survivors to share their journeys from literally all across the world, and also bringing on experts in brain health so they can share their knowledge with us so we can learn more about the brain. And this morning, my guest is Jan Burl, and she'll be sharing her story, and we'll be doing a few things during the show. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel called Let's Talk Stroke. And let's go ahead and we'll just get going and bring Jan on. Good morning.
Good morning, Jerry.
Hi, nice to see you again. And first of all, I love your hat.
Thank you. My
Yeah,
Scottish Tam.
yeah. And you lived there for a while.
I did. I don't ever believe in sitting still for very long, so I go all over the place.
Wow, nice. Good for you. Good for you. Uh, good morning, Kevin Musong. John calls me hipster just because I broke my hip. So not fun. I don't suggest that. But well, not me. Let's maybe get right into it. Who is Jan before your hemorrhagic stroke?
I was the result of an abusive childhood that made me into a people person. Basically, I had no dreams of my own, so I worked even harder to fulfill everybody else's.
Wow.
So I have been everything and anything you would not even believe, from bus driver to McDonald's to a substitute teacher to a farmer, and
Wow.
there's so much more in there too. But latest, I was a vegetable farmer,
Oh,
and my former partner that was his dream. So I was pushing to make it through, and I was also baking full time for all of the farmers markets that we were going to, up to 80, 90 loaves of bread a day,
oh my
plus
goodness.
cookies and scones anyway. And God said, stop, and gave me 3 heart attacks. Do you think I would stop?
I
No.
didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I didn't stop. So in the end, he said, okay, I need you to do something else. You won't listen to me, so now you have to. Yeah. But it's okay because it put me on the path to something I needed to do, which is helping others.
Yes,
People
absolutely.
that are orphans.
So your stroke happened in 2015.
15.
That's right. That's right. Um, wow. So you think the stroke was caused by just overworking, or?
Yes, overworking and no sleep. I was getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night and getting right back up the next morning and starting with weeding and harvesting and baking. Yeah,
You live on a farm?
I do.
Wow. Wow. What?
It's not a huge farm. It's just like a farmette, but it had enough land for us to create a whole lot of vegetables and fruits, and
Wow.
it
Wow.
worked. It was wonderful.
Wow. So you had a hemorrhagic stroke. Wow. Wow. That's and
Yes.
so we talked. Your right side, like me, is affected.
After the stroke, I had apraxia, I had aphasia. I couldn't read, I couldn't write, I couldn't move. And the doctors, after looking at my brain scans, said the stroke actually had taken all my prime real estate. So I was never going to become anything much more than what I was, a lump on a log.
They just give you no hope, right?
Yeah. Well, they didn't expect me to live. And I kind of surprised them. And then they were like, well, what do we do with her now? So all I could do is think in my mind, yeah, really? Watch me.
Yeah.
And then started my battle that I am still fighting, because recovery never ends.
Absolutely.
You keep fighting, you keep pushing, and you can keep getting better.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Why don't we? We talked about this. Was it yesterday, or I know brain fog here, and you do a lot of breathing exercises. meditation? No,
Yes, I do.
you only do it for like a minute or so, right? At the most.
Yeah.
Let's show me about your breathing. Maybe I can learn from something here.
Okay, relax. Now, let's begin by finding a comfortable position. Whether you're sitting or lying down, doesn't matter. Just be comfortable. Now, close your eyes if it feels safe to you to do so. If not, don't worry, I'm right here. You can stay with me. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently for a count of 3. And then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting out a soft sigh. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs completely. Hold for 3 and let go of anything that doesn't serve you as you breathe out, feeling any tension leaving your body like a gentle wave as your shoulders relax. Now bring your focus to the rhythm of your breath. Breathe in deeply, drawing in fresh energy. And as you exhale, silently say to yourself, I let go. Inhale, calm. Exhale, I release. Inhale, peace. And exhale, I am free. With each breath, imagine anything weighing you down dissolving in the air, leaving you lighter and more open. Feel your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench, and your mind clear. Let's take one more breath together. Inhale deeply. Hold it for a moment. And then exhale completely, emptying your lungs. Now, when you're ready, gently open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, and carry this sense of ease with you into the present moment.
All right.
How do you feel?
Relaxed. Yeah. There you go, James. Yeah. So how often do you do this?
I do it every morning when I wake up.
Right.
But when I'm giving a lesson with my coaching, I start everyone off with a breathing exercise because it calms the minds. And believe me, we have crazy, chaotic minds that are thinking 90 miles an hour.
Well,
And we need a chance to calm down so we can focus. So that's
right.
why I do it.
Now, have you done this prior to the stroke?
No. In fact, Summa IQ is where I'm learning all about breath work. They're great. They're good guys.
Yeah. Wow. That's nice. And good morning. Love to see everybody here. Very relaxed. That's right.
Good morning, Mark. Nice to see you here too.
Yes. Mark Harder. Always good to see Mark.
Yes,
well, nice to see all of you here. And Roses is here. Roses.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think we said good morning to James either.
No, I know. And if, like I always say, if I miss you, I apologize, but doesn't mean it doesn't mean I don't care. Hopefully that came out right. But yeah, so it's nice to see everybody here, and please ask questions, make comments. It's good to see you guys. So what else, like you're strong, like a stroke, that's a big deal. But I didn't really know you had 3 heart attacks. Wow.
God had been trying to calm me down, but I don't listen to most things. Yeah. I just keep pushing through it all. And
right. Was that when was that? I didn't know
5 years before my stroke. I was 45 years old.
Right. Wow.
And I had the stroke at 50.
Wow. Interesting. Were you aware what a stroke was?
Yes, I was. I knew I was having one, so I called my former partner first, hung up on him, called my son, hung up on him, and called 911. But by that point, I couldn't talk anymore. I could just mumble, and I was incoherent, but at least we had connected, so she knew where I was and sent an ambulance.
Wow, wow. That's and how long did you stay? Obviously, probably in ICU first.
Oh, yeah, 3 days in ICU. I was completely out, no idea of what happened. People said I responded by blinking my eye.
Hmm.
Eye. And, but I don't remember any of it. I woke up 3 days later to my daughter, who had flown in from Colorado to be with
Wow.
me. But at that point, there was no speech, just I mean, thought I was talking, but it wasn't. It was just mumbles and very frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Frustrating. How long were you in the hospital?
6 weeks after that in rehab.
Yeah.
And then they kicked me out. I was wheelchair bound at that point, but I could walk maybe 20 feet, if that.
Oh, that's good.
My cognitive abilities were shot. If they showed me pictures of a tree, I'd say something like, "Oh, banana,"
Yeah.
if I could even talk. And they just, so anyway, I came home and I started home visits with occupational therapy and with speech. And we started going, but I went back to work after a year.
Did you? Okay.
I couldn't read. My aphasia was horrible. But the kids had been my kids for so long. They were like, "Don't worry, we'll take care of you." And they would come in the morning and write the teacher's notes on the board. When they were in class, they read everything out loud and made sure I was following along. They were incredible, these
Yeah.
kids. And picking up my children's board books that have a picture of something with the name underneath of what it is was how I really started putting things together.
Wow.
So that's something that helped me. After about 3 years, I finally read Aragon Brissinger. It's a series. There was a movie, Aragon. It was about a dragon. I love dragons. And I finally got to read the third book, which was that thick. I mean, it's unreal. A great book. But yeah, it took me a year to read it, but I read it.
Wow. Good for you. That was the big thing for me is the reading. But what were they? How old are the kids? What did you teach?
Junior and senior highs,
Oh,
all
wow.
all grades, all different curriculums. I was a substitute teacher, but full time every day.
Oh, nice.
And I had been with these kids for so long, and the ones that were troubled and the ones that were always in trouble would come and find me and hang out with me and talk. Some of the things I heard, oh my God. Anyway, but it helped them. So when I had the stroke, they turned around and helped me.
Nice.
It was
Good.
so amazing.
Yeah. Good for you. So now what are you doing? You're not going teaching, right? You're just doing
No.
coaching and.
In fact, COVID ended my job. So my daughter, God bless her, put me back in school for my master's degree in English and creative writing, of all things.
Wow.
So I graduated summa cum laude with a 3.91. I became an associate editor of an online journal, poetry and prose journal. And I've worked with the American Brain Injury of America, something like that. I can't think of the name now. Oh gosh. Anyway,
Okay.
and I've done all sorts of research for them. And then I started doing podcasts back in 2023.
Wow.
And I had this amazing, incredible podcaster say, "Are you a coach?" And I said, "No, I'm not good at sports anymore." So I had no idea, but he started me on this path. And within 4 months, I was certified by NLP as well as an expert coach to help people. But no one had any idea about stroke, about coaching for stroke.
Yeah, that's true.
So I started on that journey. I work with not only the stroke and traumatic brain injury, but also the caregivers and the loved ones, because I had to try to figure things out alone. And I don't want to see that for anybody else, because it slows you down. It depresses you. It causes frustrations. So I work with the whole team.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So you're coaching caregivers and survivors. Wow.
Yep, all
A
together.
lot.
Well, if you are a loved one, okay, you look at your person and they look fine. They should be able to get better because I mean they're there. Why can't they do things? Are they just not trying and you have no idea what's going on inside their head? Then as a survivor, you look at these other people and you think, "Oh my God, that used to be me. I
Yeah.
can't do any of this. I'm holding everybody back. I'm causing everybody problems. They would be better off without me." And these ideas don't get shared.
No.
So I try to open up conversation with them so they can not judge, but listen to what the other is saying.
Yeah. Do you go to, because I do it all the time, go to support groups. And I'm the one, before, I probably say this all the time, people get bored, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I go to support groups, I was always embarrassed that, I'd have to hide behind people. But now, the last many years, I'm the one to be speaking there. I want to go there to, like what you just said. So, I mean, I know what you're saying. Go there and, let them know things do get better. I mean, we can't promise anything, but it does get better. I mean, I look back and say, wow, I was a basket case. I mean, what I went through, but it's okay, and it's okay to ask for help.
Most of us feel like basket cases, and we don't want to be out in
Right.
front of people because, my God, we have problems with our speech. We have problems walking. We're uncoordinated, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I found that it was releasing to get up there in front of people as I am, a mess. Occasionally I drool, it all happens.
Okay.
But it's what they are dealing with too. And
Yeah.
they all of a sudden realize, hey, I'm not the only one that has those problems.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Totally true. It's good you do that. It probably helps so many people.
I hope so. I'm not counting how many people I'm helping. If I help one person and truly help one person, the ripples from that will go out through eternity and help so many more.
Yes. Absolutely. That's right, Vanessa's. You see Vanessa's comment here. Oh, I'm glad you could see him. I usually put that it's good. But yeah, I mean, it is so important to help other people out. Like you said, I mean, I like this show. If I can inspire one person, like if you can inspire one person, then we did our job.
Our brains, being a farmer, this is how I looked at things. All my prime real estate might have been wiped out, but that left me with bog. I was in Scotland, so I count it as bog instead of swamp, and desert. And neither are good by themselves, but if you add them together and slowly mix them, you make good land again, fertile land.
Yeah.
I might only have a cup at a time to do it with one hand, but that's what I'm doing little by little. And I would like to see that my recovery is not unusual, but the norm.
Yeah.
I don't want to be exceptional. I want to
Right.
be what everybody can achieve.
Sure. Absolutely. Now you're on your right side is affected. How affected do you? I mean, like me limping around. I don't know how you're walking and.
I walk with a cane, and I still use. People laugh at me. I use a quad cane because it doesn't fall down when I put it down.
Yeah.
It stands up so I can get it.
That's great.
But my arm and my hands, they still don't work yet, but I'm working on them every day. There have been times I have stopped out of depression, out of frustration, because I figured nobody cared when my partner left me, and I stopped. I hid.
Right.
So when you stop, you regress very quickly.
Oh, 100%. I mean, understand. And yeah, Brad is no aphasia. Well.
Oh no, there's aphasia.
Yeah.
When I'm tired, it kicks in terribly. I have to over exaggerate my facial movements.
Right.
And yes, I drool. I know it's very, very embarrassing at times, Musang. Eh, But it is what it is. It is what I am. And people laugh at me because quite often I rub my face muscles like this to
Right.
keep them going. I work my eye muscles because the one eye doesn't close as much as the other one. And it looks funny when you see me look at, well, anyway.
Yeah. That
So
was, yeah.
it's a constant fight. It's working, swallowing everything
Yeah.
in your body. Half of your body was compromised. That doesn't include only the muscles on the outside, also on the inside. I just did a lesson. It was very embarrassing to do, but I just did a lesson on pooping.
Yeah.
Because that is half compromised too, and things don't move right.
Yeah. I 100%. I no problem, Marina. I was one of my therapists told me, and it was like you just said about pooping. Very embarrassing, but I don't know how to say this without being, you can't push real hard because it's not good for the brain. I mean,
Right.
But yeah.
And I've also done a lesson on intimacy because that's something that is so taken for granted that if it's a woman, oh, it's all right. We can do everything. And she might be in pain.
Right.
She might hurt, but not want to tell you. So my coaching isn't normal.
Yeah.
I do some of the normal things, but I also go into things that people don't talk about because they can affect relationships.
Yes, absolutely. But have you lost any friends or family just because of the stroke?
Yes, I have, because when they looked at me, they saw what could be their lives in the future. With 1 out of every 3.5 people having some kind of a brain injury during their life,
Right.
it's scary, and they don't know how to react. They don't know how to talk to me. So they figured they're better off just staying away, and then the time gets further and further away, and there's no going back sometimes. But they know if they ever decide to, that I still love them regardless.
Yeah.
And other people, it is brought out of the woodwork that I didn't realize still followed me.
Yeah.
And they took time out of their lives to come and visit me while I was in rehab. And they have kept in touch with me. Some of them drove halfway across the state.
Yeah.
To come and see me.
Yeah. I know there's good parts of it and not so good. I mean, we talked yesterday about some of the people that out of the blue, we got to talking from, I mean, long time ago. And I found out he had a stroke and she had a stroke, and from my high school. That was a long time ago, but it's pretty amazing how, like you said.
Right. And Vanessa, yes, it's very hard for them to face their own mortality.
Yeah.
But the other ones look at you and they think that could be me. I better stop for not thinking about little things and enjoying and taking the time. And they start to rearrange their life to do more enjoying instead of more forcing.
Yeah. So true. So true. Yeah, it's quite the journey that we go through. Completely.
It is.
You know, it's shocking. Who knew that this would? I mean,
It's like the journey of a baby. We are born the day that we have the stroke, and we literally have to do everything a baby has gone through. We have to learn how to move our muscles. We have to learn how to speak. We have to learn how to read. We have to learn how to do painting. You guys see the painting behind me?
Yeah, let me.
I used to do landscapes. It took me 8 years, and Mark Harder, thank you very much, Mark, to get me to go out and start painting again. And yes, I'm seeing it sparkle. This is a painting I did for my grandson a couple days ago on his first birthday. And it's left-handed. I crochet left-handed with one hand. and I make stuffed animals. This is my Saren. Remember her? I'll explain her to you later. I make all sorts of things with one hand, and anything is possible.
Yeah, the painting.
If you sit there and figure out exactly how to do it. It takes a while. It takes thinking outside the box. I tore out an awful lot of the things I started crocheting in the beginning. But after I went to college and got my master's, I felt like I needed to give back to the genre of books that started me in reading. So I wrote Tippy's New Friend. And if you see, look up there, you see a woman and a dog on top of a dragon. The dog is my dog, Tippy. And the dragon was a lonely dragon that went looking for friends and decided to choose these two and take them all over the place. The second book is Tippy Goes to California. And the dragon is Saren. She's a blue and white dragon.
Well, those are beautiful. I mean, I know because your dominant hand was the right hand, and now you got to figure out how to do this with your non-dominant hand. It's yes, Mike Peters. Nice to see you all here. That is here, and Mike Peters, you made it.
Do you know what's neat? With my painting, I'm focusing on painting birds because birds look at life. Here's another one I just did. Birds look at life from another point of view. They're looking down on us. I mean, they see it as we see it from when they're in trees, but when they fly, they see things differently. And that's something we need to do to figure out how we're going to go about our lives. We have to look at it in a different view.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, it's really, this is all about you. But when I had my stroke, my wife walked me, pushed me in the wheelchair down to the courtyard. And sometimes I used to talk to the birds. It may be funny, but now looking back, thinking that is kind of funny. But she kept telling me, these birds they can't talk back. They're not, but who knew then? But anyway, but that's a good, what you said. That's really good that you did that. And it's amazing. I'm really shocked, not shocked, the painting with your non-dominant hand. They're beautiful.
Thank you. Hey, Mike, congratulations on being a one-handed baker. Me too. We should get together and share recipes.
There you go. You probably even get a friend request or something from Mike, who is from South Wales in the United Kingdom.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, it's shocking. I mean, you got some, you're not letting it hold you back.
No.
Stroke didn't define you. You just you're proving that by painting. Even though your right hand you're working on that too. Do you have any subluxation?
Oh yeah, 2 fingers worth.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I definitely have that.
Everybody's stroke is so different, but yet the repercussions are so alike between us.
Yeah.
So we all need to look at things differently, but yet we can all share with each other ideas that we have, things that work for us might work for somebody else.
Yeah, that's so true, and that's what I love doing this show just because of that. We can learn things from someone else. Every stroke is different. It's shocking that every 40 seconds someone has a stroke. I mean, there's some shocking stats out there.
It's a big problem, and it doesn't have to be. We can do things to make ourselves healthier. We can do things to help the people right after the stroke to get on their feet quicker than the way it used to be. I don't know how things are today, but there are so many amazing things that they're out there to help us.
Yeah, exactly. The technology is changing all the time, and there's so much stuff out there that can, weren't there 15 years ago, 14 years ago when I had mine.
Like the AFL? You had a doctor that was talking about some of the things they had done and some of the things they have made for people.
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah. Glad you saw that. Yeah. Ian Engelman.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I'm wearing one now that I got from him, and what a difference! It's so good that a lot of people, as you know, they drop foot. Not this lifts your foot. I mean, it's really spectacular. I mean, but anyway, that's a yeah. I see all these people.
But there are days when I'm not always cheerful. I try to be, but there are days I have to curl up in bed and just say, okay, I can't deal anymore. I'm going to go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to go right back at it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mike, or no, James, I don't use recipes either, just as a guideline. I just dump stuff in.
Oh, that's great. Um, so have you ever had Botox?
No.
And doesn't, yeah, sometimes people, it's either good or bad, it doesn't work or something. For me, it worked.
Do you know what worked for me in the strangest way? When they were doing the COVID shots, Johnson and Johnson had the first stem cells in their one shot.
Really?
So I said I couldn't get into any research because I'd been too long since the initial happening, is what they said.
Yeah.
So I took the stem cells that way. And oh my gosh, within 3 weeks, I was seeing benefits. So I know stem cells work. I could move my leg more freely, and my arm was able to move around more.
Yeah.
They just don't want to continue with people who are post-stroke over 6 months.
And that's have you ever been told? Because of me, I was told that I plateaued, and just get used to it. This is how you're going to be. I thought, crap, this is it. I kept thinking, I said, no way, I'm not going to, be like that. That's just no.
I was told that after 6 months. They said, you're not going to get much else back. Sorry.
But I mean, as you're rewiring your brain every single day.
Yeah. And the kids, the reason I can speak through my aphasia so much better is because those kids at school would come in on my periods off and make me talk.
Yeah.
And make me talk some more. And when I got home, I was so tired that I couldn't speak at all.
Right.
And we go right at it the next day. And I found by super exaggerating my muscles, I could say things more clearly and people could understand better. Those kids were they were my cheering squad. Right.
And you speaking is therapy, yeah. I mean, I try to speak a lot, but so, we have those days where it's, we're like do you get fatigued?
Oh yeah. Quickly.
Yeah.
I used to stand and run around and do things for 12, 15 hours a day. And now if I'm working on trying to clean the basement or I'm baking, 3 hours and that's it. I got to sit down. I can't stand anymore. And if I'm like after this podcast, I probably will be staying quiet for the rest of the day because my brain will shut down and my speech will shut down. And
completely understand that. And also is sometimes if I I appreciate all these comments, you guys. Thank you. And did I ever ask you? Do you drive? Can you drive?
Yeah.
Good.
Not the way they expected me to. They wanted me to have all this hardware in the car and to do this. Yeah.
I know. I was the little thing on the steering wheel and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. By the way, guys, amazing. Thank you. Great attitude to have. Yes, doing exercises and changing your thoughts, which is why I am such a proponent for breath work. Positive attitude is what I try to help people find. And yes, pain on my whole left side. I had pain on my whole right side. I was taking gabapentin, and there were periods of pain when even that didn't help. I started the breath work, and the more I did it, the less the pain was. I am now off the gabapentin. I am now off my antidepressant medicine. I can't say enough. I know you guys sometimes get tired about hearing about it and you don't really believe because it's woo-woo, but it works because we all need to breathe.
Yeah.
And breathing is so important.
Right. I know. Yes, Mike. My brain always shuts down. No, I used to take a class with a stroke survivor, and she yoga online, and she was really into breathing and meditation. Wow, and I never really did it, but now the breathing stuff, it does work, but I'm still on seizure medicine. I'd like to get off it, but scared to not take it.
The breathing that I do with people isn't something that takes you out of your norm. I don't push. You don't do rapid breathing to get yourself in an altered state. It's just a breathing exercise to calm you down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And a lot of times all the negative ideas are just thoughts in our head that if we take a look at them, realize what they are, understand them, feel them, but let them go, we can rearrange our attitude for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, you say you do that every morning, wake up, and it
gratitude too.
Yeah.
I'm alive again. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. What was that? So you're living actually in New York.
On the Canadian border up near Montreal.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of people from Canada that are survivors out here. And I saw Lynn from out there, she's out there. But yeah, so you're off all the meds.
No, I still am taking some meds for my heart problems because I did have those 3 heart attacks.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm on blood pressure medicine, which they're now, they're working the amount down because I don't need it. My blood pressure is usually around 90 something over 70 something.
Wow, that's
and they're amazed. So they're going to be working me off of that. And that is completely, I'm sorry guys, but that is completely breath work. When I think about it, I take a deep breath in. I just let it relax. My whole mind, my whole body, and my blood pressure goes right down.
That's amazing. That's good. Good work. I mean, wow, that's great. What did your, I don't know if it was when you had your stroke, were you with your partner there?
Yes, I was.
So what did the partner say? Like when you had it, think like, yeah, I'm out of here. I've heard all these stories. So
no, he was mad at God and he became mad at me, but he stayed with me for quite a while until something better came along. And his leaving was actually something I should have initiated a lot earlier because he was not someone who was built to deal with something like this.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't help me with recovery movements and exercises, and I was alone by myself most of the time. I wish him the best on his new life with his new gal, and I am so much better off now.
Yeah. You have how many kids do you have?
I have 2.
2. Now, they live with you or they don't live with you, or?
My son and his wife live next door in an apartment connected to the house.
Nice.
And my daughter and her husband live in Vermont, where she is a professor at one of the colleges. Oh, yeah, she's good. And they have my 1-year-old grandson.
Nice. That's so nice. Wow. Professor, and you've got your master's. I mean, and you should be so proud of that. You did that after your stroke.
Yeah.
Whew.
My daughter is actually a professor, a chem lab professor. I'm not chemistry. She didn't get that from me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty brilliant there.
Yeah.
Wow. So
It's
she's,
fun.
yeah, you should be proud of that. And
She loves it because of all the things you can do with chemistry. And actually, Mike, me, everybody who cooks, you are all chemists because mixing things together and creating new things, that's all chemistry is.
yeah, yeah. No, I used to love to cook. Well, I still do, but it's still not like you guys do it out there. But but yeah, it's pretty amazing what you're doing. I'm so proud of it. I need to start doing more of the. I mean, you're doing the painting, the crocheting. That's with one hand.
And my favorite thing to cook are scones.
Oh, really? I love scones. Yeah. Put them in coffee or something, or dip them. I don't know. That's what I keep thinking. But good for you. So so what's your daily routine? Do you have a daily routine? Like,
No, because every day is different. I'm writing 4 other book series. I've got the children's series. I'm writing a mid-grade series. I'm writing a historical romance. I'm doing my memoir, and I'm also writing poetry books. I can read you a poem right now if you'd like.
let's hear it.
All right. I just wrote this over Christmas vacation because I was alone and I was dealing with trying to have a Christmas all by myself. So, as the snow flies quickly past, there is a cold touch on my skin as I look to find emptiness. No warm arms, no heated kisses, no safe oasis for my heart. Alone and yearning, I close the doors and windows, locking all out. Hope dissolves, all candles extinguished. Yet, dawn returns. Maybe it is time to say goodbye. Goodbye to searching for. We are worth more than that. So goodbye to the wishing. Goodbye to the wasting the short time we have left on this earth, searching for. I am. You are. It is our time to be. And within that, find that it is enough to be here for others. So I light my candle and brighten a small corner of the world within which I find is peace and love shared freely between friends. And that is more than enough.
Wow. Now, these that you're writing, Serena, from Canada.
I am working on doing my poetry books for Amazon, doing little chapbooks.
Okay, good. Wow. And the children's series, that's on Amazon?
Yes, it is. And it's under jsburl.
JSburl.
Yep.
There it is. So that's where it is. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, nice. That's a great poem that you read.
Thank you. You kind of need money, though, to get things on Amazon so you can get the IBSN number. So I'm waiting to find a little extra money here coming up. Hopefully, maybe.
Exactly. I think we're all looking for that.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's changed after the stroke. But we do what we have to do, I guess.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, I appreciate everybody being here. Do you want to end on a meditation?
I would love to.
Yeah, and then
you guys
appreciate.
Okay. Okay, guys, find yourself a comfortable spot again and relax. You can be lying down, you can be sitting down, doesn't matter. So as we prepare to close, let's take a moment to ground ourselves in mindfulness. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a vast, serene ocean. The air is crisp, the waves are gentle, and the horizon stretches endlessly before you. With each inhale, feel the cool ocean breeze filling your lungs, bringing renewal. With each exhale, let go of any lingering tension, sending it out to the sea where it can drift far, far away. Now, bring to mind a single word that represents how you want to feel. Peaceful, strong, calm, or any word that speaks to you. As you breathe in, silently repeat that word to yourself. And as you exhale, feel it settling deeper into your heart. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Gently bring it back to the rhythm of your breath and your chosen word. Let this moment remind you that no matter how chaotic life may feel, there is always a quiet place within you, like the stillness of the ocean's depths, waiting to bring you peace. Take a final deep breath in, hold it for a moment, then exhale slowly. When you're ready, return to the space around you, knowing you carry this calm with you wherever you go. Peace and loving are coming your way, and please remember to make every day an extraordinary day.
That was nice. Back to my relaxation here. Yeah, very good. Appreciate that. That was nice. Any last words?
No, but does anybody have any questions?
There we go.
Oh, Lynn, awesome. The gabapentin, it's so good to get off of it. I was on 300 milligrams as well. And Mike, I still forget to breathe every once in a while too. Yeah,
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah. I just heard the gabapentin was not a good thing. That's a very addictive.
no, it's not supposed to be addictive. That's
Oh.
why my doctor tried it with me.
Hmm.
So, and I got off it very easily, to be honest.
Good. Okay. I don't know who told me that, but it's okay. It's
If
all
any
good.
of you guys want to find me, look up JS author. The JS again. JS author. That's hard to read. Anyway, find me on Facebook and I will invite you into our group, our stroke group. It's a private group so that we are protecting the people that are within it.
Yeah, totally understand that. Absolutely. Well, that was great. Thank you so much, Jan. I appreciate it. Obviously, we'll stay in touch, and you guys have a great rest of your day. And Jan, we will be seeing you in your group. Love it.